Hello, what's up, everyone? I'm back. This is another boxing prediction video. 107th. Yeah, finally, there's a really good weekend coming up. This one has been some time in the waiting. There are three big fights in one arena, which is in the O2 in Greenwich. And yeah, well, let's start with the first one. Dereck Chisora versus David Price. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting matchup, I'd say. Both guys are kind of, at the end of their careers, and both have experienced several losses. And yeah, Chisora has been, of course, knocked out in 11 rounds by Dillian White last year in December. And Price has been knocked out by Povetkin, and yeah, then he also lost because of an injury in last year to Sergey Kuzmin. But since then he's scored 3 victories, and including the last fight, this was a rather good victory over David Allen, and I'm not sure how many were expecting Price to win that fight. And Chisora, of course, he has beaten Arthur Spielka, who has proven as overrated, but anyway, Chisora knocked him out in his last fight. Yeah, so you never know with these two guys. Both are rather unpredictable, I'd say. Chisora, if you have seen his fight against Takam, that was a big surprise. He was being battered for 7 rounds, and then in the 8th he just suddenly landed one big shot and put Takam down. And then once again he put him down. That was it. So, he's not really usually not such a heavy puncher, but if he lands at the right time and in the right place, he will knock you out. And Price, he's definitely the bigger puncher here, and yeah, he's got, of course, a huge height advantage. Almost 7 inches, 6.5. So yeah, or actually, yeah, 6.5. But his great weakness is his chin, of course, and yeah, that's why I really don't know. Who to pick here, because Chisora is he can be a little lazy, in his fights, lazy on the offense, while Price tends to get carried away sometimes, just goes all out, and then gets caught and knocked out. But I guess lately he has learned to box a little more and pace himself. His stamina is also not that good, but that may have improved, because I think before he never went past the 7th round, and now in this last fight he won by a 10 round corner retirement after the 10th round, so that was a good achievement for Price. And I'm really kind of divided. I think perhaps Chisora is a little bit stronger favorite, unfortunately, because I like Price better. Because Chisora is just he's an idiot, you know. He's a thug, just like Dillian White. But yeah, I guess he's just a little bit more stable as a fighter, has a better chin, a lot better chin, and if there is a war, and I am sure it will be, because it's both these guys like to go to war and trade and all that, but they are there to knock their guy out, definitely. But yeah, I don't know really. I think, well, Chisora has looked quite good in his last two fights after the White. And even in the White fight, he was good until he got knocked out, you know. So I guess it's safest to bet on a Chisora win on well, perhaps, I don't know. Of course, he is giving up a lot of inches in height, as I said already, but he's fought some tall guys before, like Vitaly Klitschko, who is of same height as Price, and he did rather well. I mean, it's still Vitaly Klitschko and David Price cannot be compared really. So anyway, I think this fight will go perhaps 6, 7, or 8 rounds, something like that, and most likely Dereck Chisora will win. There is of course a possibility that Price can catch Chisora and knock him out. So, but my prediction is that Dereck Chisora wins by a 7th round stoppage. Yes, alright. I have to go to the next fight rather quickly. I wasted too much time. And yeah, there's Ricky Burns versus Lee Selby. That's a quite interesting fight as well. Ricky Burns has been written off, and you know, I kind of expected him to retire by now, and but he hasn't. And let's see, now he's well, I still think he doesn't have too much left in him. I mean, he's had 51 fights so far, and he's been fighting for a long time now, since 2001. Wow, 18 years actually. And you know, he's 36 and Selby is 32, and Selby is now looking, you know, to establish himself as a lightweight, and he's got height, you know, sufficient to, and everything else, the size to succeed as a lightweight. But of course he is very slick, and he is slicker than Burns, definitely, and just a better boxer. Burns has a slight edge in power because Selby, he could hit at featherweight, but at lightweight, but he still didn't score many knockouts, of course, for some reason. But at lightweight, well, we'll see. Maybe his power can also kind of increase, but I'm not gonna, you know, bet on it. So anyway, to cut this short, Selby, I think, will win on points. Yeah, maybe a tough fight for both guys, but Selby he's got his movement, you know, and Burns is rather stiff, you know. He knows how to jab and, you know, all that, use his reach, but he's still not a really great technical boxer because he's so kind of, because of his height also, he's very stiff, and yeah, not that hard to hit. So Lee Selby wins this one, I think. Yeah, And then the big one, big fight is Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis. Yeah, that's right. Well, finally it has come. It is time to find out who the big man is at 140. Josh Taylor has impressed, of course, so far, and Regis Prograis has really impressed so far. Both guys are really punchers, and both guys are really good. Good offensively. First and foremost, Josh Taylor is, of course, he can box and all that. He can defend himself, but he mostly, tries to score a knockout, and that's what he does best. And he's got 12 knockouts. 12 out of 15 his fights came by knockout. Yeah. Since he stepped up in the level of position, he's had to go the distance a few times, of course, like against Victor Postol or in the last fight, which was very good against Ivan Baranchyk. And so it's gonna be a tough job for him to get Regis Prograis out of there, of course. Regis, of course, has 20 KOs in 24. So he has stopped Julius Indongo. He beat Terry Flanagan on points, and then he stopped Kirill Relik. They are all, quite good fighters, world class, definitely. So I don't know. I guess Prograis must be seen as a slight favorite in this fight. But still, having said that, this fight is in UK, so everybody will be on Taylor's side pretty much, and that can help, of course. This fight is very hard to predict because we got two fighters who are quite similar, in style, and both have looked really quite unbeatable so far. Of course, Taylor's got 2 inches advantage in height and 2.5 in reach, so he may be able to keep Prograis at a distance and just try to use his jab and land the big ones. And Prograis, of course, perhaps an even harder hitter than Taylor, maybe not, but I guess his best chance is to win by a knockout, and he will try to do this definitely. He will not settle for, he will not leave it to the judges if he can. Yeah. So, but still, Taylor has never been knocked down, I believe, much less out, so it will be quite a fight. I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of thinking over it, what the most expected result would be. Well, there are 2, I guess. One is that Taylor wins on points in a hard fight. He may get knocked down once or twice, but he has always, in his last fight, Baranchyk was better in the early going, but then Taylor, kind of, he he knocked him down and then he took over the fight, So he has proven that he can really come back after a bad start and take over. So Prograis is gonna have to really, work hard here to get his victory. I do believe Taylor has a chance that he can beat Prograis. So I guess I have to go with Taylor on points. Yeah, maybe a split decision. There is of course a chance that Prograis can stop Taylor, but that's not gonna be easy either. So yeah, I mean, both guys are their own toughest opponents so far. That's for sure. Yeah, well, I think I've said enough now, so I better end this video. Yeah, let's hope all these fights will be enjoyable. See you around. Bye bye.